happens that way. Sooner or later, we can become strangers. Someday, somewhere, we can be new again. We can be anything that we wanted to be back then. Just wait, just wait, just wait. If I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and choose. All you gotta do is play the whole thing through. And if I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and choose. All you gotta do.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of our Joy of Life. And we are here with Danika, and we are just going to continue on with her in her life. As you know, she is continuing on with her freelance chef career, and we are just making sure that she gets her chef skills up. And she has been dating around, trying to get herself not necessarily in a relationship with someone that she can spend her life with, but she does need to have a one-night stand, and she needs to get herself pregnant as part of her challenge rules. And so she's been going on dates, she's been playing the field, and so we're going to continue down that path with her in this episode. She is, as we know, going to continue on with that journey. So in this episode, we're hoping that she can go on some more dates and that she will be successful in that. She has some plans to go on a couple more dates and also to hopefully do well in her chef endeavors. We are just going to go ahead and let her get a little bit to eat here because she is feeling a little bit hungry. So we're just going to have her clean up a little bit, and then she'll grab herself a bite to eat. We are going to have her do a little bit of cooking, and she will hopefully be able to get an order in for someone and do well with her freelancing chef career. So we'll see some progress in that front. Whatever she doesn't sell at the freelance chef career, we also have the stand in the backyard, and she's been making sales out of that. And so she may continue to do that as well. So Danika feels like she's making a little bit of progress in her life. Things are going pretty well for her. She's got some money in the bank finally, so she doesn't feel like she's really struggling. And she feels like she's finally got a foothold in this life, that she's on track finally. And she feels pretty good. She is feeling a little bit lonely. She, doesn't really know if she wants to spend her life with anyone. She's not really sure if she wants to settle down, but she definitely wants to go on dates. And someone's calling, telling her that she has won a little bit of money here. So she just made a little bit more money. And so she's like thinking to herself, that is a bonus. Like, she just got an inheritance from someone. And so we love that for her. So she's got, she's doing well in the financial department. And so she's feeling secure right now in where she's standing financially, which we absolutely love. She knows that she's going to have the money available to her to make the baked goods that she wants to make. She doesn't have to worry about money right now, and that is a load off of her. And so she knows that whenever she does finally get pregnant, she's going to be able to financially support this child that she ends up pregnant with, if she were to end up pregnant, or if she were to decide that she wants to expand her family. I mean, she's not technically trying to get pregnant, but she is thinking about the fact that she is out there playing the field, and, she's thinking to herself, she doesn't necessarily want to be alone for the rest of her life. She doesn't know what her future holds for her, but she does see herself in the future potentially settling down with someone and having a family, because she doesn't want to be single for her whole life. Is she thinking right now that she wants to be, in this committed relationship? No, not really. She's not really thinking that way, which is why she's kind of playing the field. But she does know that she isn't really wanting to spend her life single for the rest of her life. So she does see herself kind of settling down in the future, having a family, and she is feeling like, because she's financially secure, if something were to happen in her future and she were to find someone and potentially end up pregnant and have a child and have a family, that she would be able to afford that. And so she's feeling really good about where she's currently standing in life, and she's loving that. So she has gone ahead and she has, as you saw, taken a job. And so she's just working currently on making some orders for that. We're going to get her busy here in the kitchen, and she's going to complete that order so that she can go ahead and make herself a little bit more money and get that order out for her job, which we absolutely love. And then we are going to just go ahead and let her deliver that order. And, while she's doing that, she's thinking of the fact that, maybe she should go out on another date. She is needing a little bit of social in her life. And so she's thinking, because she's feeling a little bit lonely, maybe she should go out on another date. So we're going to have her go ahead and deliver this order. And then once she's back from that, we'll probably go ahead and have her go out on a little bit of a date, because she's starting to feel like she wants to, dip her toes in the water, maybe meet someone new. Maybe she can meet someone that she's really going to hit it off with, and someone that she could potentially see her future with. So she's just out delivering this order, and then when she comes back, we're going to go ahead and we will get her out on a date. I'm just going to clean up her inventory a little bit. We do have some things in her inventory that have gone off, and then we will go ahead and we will get her out on a date here, and we will hopefully see that go really well. She's just going to do a little bit of harvesting out in the front yard, and she's going to go and, get a little bit of cleaning up here around the house done. So we absolutely love that for her. So, Danika is overall feeling like, this adventure that she's on, this journey that she's on with her baking and this freelance chef thing that she's decided to embark on is really becoming a success for her. She, when she started, had no skills and, only had this dream, and this dream is finally starting to become true. And so she's starting to really feel like this is becoming a successful dream of hers, and she's really feeling like everything that she's ever wanted is starting to come true for her, and she's really thrilled about that. As you can see, she's really, really happy. So she is, thinking to herself, the only thing that she really lacks in her life is a partner, someone that she can share her dreams with, someone that she can come home to every day and talk to about this. It's all well and good to have dreams and to meet those dreams, and that's a perfect thing when you have a dream and you meet your dream and you start to become a success, and she is. But as you can see, it's just told us that she's a little bit of an introvert, and that's because, she doesn't have anyone to share these dreams with. And that's where, she's starting to feel a little bit lonely, because she doesn't have anyone she can come home to. She doesn't have anyone that she can share these dreams with or share these achievements with. And that makes her really sad. That makes her really feel like she is missing out on something. So she's going to go ahead and plan her first date of the day, and we're going to go and we're going to see how this date works out for her. So hopefully she'll meet someone that she can hit it off with. So we are going to travel here with this person that she has set her date up with. All right, so we have arrived here at the park, and we are just going to go ahead and have our first date here. We're just going to go ahead and do a introduction here if we can. And okay, never mind. It looks like he has literally stood us up. So he just went and left, and he didn't even allow us to do an introduction with him. So that date did not go well. And she's like, well, great. As we know, Danika has a little bit of struggles in the dating department. She does not have the best of luck in this area. And so that date was a huge flop. She's kind of feeling a little bit inspired because she was hoping that the date was going to go well, but it didn't. And so she's like, well, I guess I'll go on another date and see if it goes a little bit better. So we're going to schedule her a second date. Let's go ahead and prepare for that second date, and we will schedule that. And we'll hopefully see that gentleman, and hopefully it will go a little bit better. All right, so we've invited the second person to the park here, and hopefully that date's going to go a little bit better. We are just going to go ahead and do a friendly introduction, try to get to know him a little bit, introduce ourselves, and hopefully, they'll be able to hit it off a little bit. She is going to just say hello to him. He is just going to come back over here. He kind of ran off into the park. But she is going to try to get him to come on over so that they can at least have themselves, oh, he seems to be a little bit clumsy. But she is going to try to get them to have a little bit of an introduction. She wants to have a little bit of a conversation with him. She is hoping that she can at least, get to know him. They can have a little bit of friendly conversation. She can ask him about his interest and about his day. She's just trying to get to know him a little bit. She is a little bit nervous about this date. She knows that she doesn't have the best of luck with dates, and she is trying to take things a little bit slow. As we know, Danika has the tendency to kind of come on a little bit strong when it comes to dates. She is not one for taking things slow. She's not one for, trying to be all like romantic, and she just kind of jumps in really head first, and she doesn't really think about the consequences of what that might do. And sometimes she can come on a little bit strong, and that has some negative consequences for her. And things don't always go the way she had planned. Sometimes the people that she goes on dates with, they don't necessarily care for her because she is a little bit forward. And she doesn't really seem to think anything about it. She just is being herself. She's thinking to herself, I'm not trying to get, into like a serious relationship. I just want to have a little bit of fun. I'm just here to flirt, and I'm here to meet someone and have a good time, chat, and maybe hook up. And so she doesn't think anything about it other than, she's just here to have a good time. And some people, aren't like that. Like, they're wanting to find someone that they want to spend their lives with for forever. And so they want to take things a little bit slower. They want to find out about the person. They want to find out about their interest and really dig deep into a person and what a person is about. And Danika is a little bit more shallow in that sense. And she's just like, look, I'm not trying to have a happily ever after. I'm just trying to have a hookup here. And so she can kind of be a little bit shallow when it comes to these dates. And that really sometimes rubs people the wrong way. So she is really trying to hit it off with this guy. But she, as we know, in her fashion, is not, she's not taking this too seriously. She's just, doing a little bit of cloud gazing with him and having a little bit of conversation. But she's right off the bat just going to tell him, like, look, I'm not trying to do anything super serious here. I am, really, I'm just here for a hookup. I think that, you and I maybe could get along and that would be great, but like, I'm just here for a good time. And so she is just going to tell him that, like, right up front. She's going to be super honest with him and just, level it right out from the beginning and just say, like, I'm not necessarily here for a happily ever after. I don't know what our future is going to bring us, but like, I'm not here to try to like marry you or anything like that, but I do want to just like hook up with you. And he seems to be okay with that. He, understands where she's coming from, and he appreciates the fact that she was honest with him. And he is like, I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. And so he's let her know that he's fine with the fact that she feels that way. And she's like, great. Like, if you feel that way and you're on board, then we can totally go back to my place. And so they're kind of making out a little bit. She feels like he's attracted to her. And so they are going to go ahead and we're going to head them over to her place. He's headed off and we're going to head her over to her house, and they're going to meet up at her house here, and we're going to invite them on over to the house, and they're going to have themselves a little bit of a hookup. She's just getting herself a little bit to eat here really quickly, and then she's going to go on home and invite him over. So now that we have arrived back at her house, she's going to go ahead and we are going to invite her date to come round to the house. Since he told her that he was on board with the hookup business, she's invited him over. He said that he would come right round, and as you can see, he did. So he's come over. She's just going to invite him on in, give him a little bit of a kiss, and they're going to go ahead and they're going to plan to spend a little bit of romantic time together. They're going to have that hookup that, they had discussed at the park. because Danica's like, look, I told you that I wanted to hook up with you, and that's kind of what this is. Like, we had a pretty great day at the park. I really enjoyed your conversation, but now it's time for some of that fun business. And so they're going to go ahead and go on in here into the bedroom, and they're going to hook up, and they're going to have themselves a woohoo. And so these two are just having themselves a nice little time here, and they're having that hookup that they had agreed to in the park during their date. And Danica's feeling super flirty. She's loving the fact that things are going her way. You know, she absolutely loves, the social contact that she's having with this gentleman, and the fact that, things have, kind of gone her way. Like, she wanted something light. She wanted something fun. She just wanted to hook up, and, the date's gone well. And she's like, this is everything that I wanted it to be. And so she's really happy about that. She's going to go ahead and she's going to get something to eat here because she is starting to feel a little bit hungry. And then we're going to have her go on in there and use the washroom. I am going to have her go ahead and take a pregnancy test, just for the simple fact that they did woohoo. So we are going to have her do a pregnancy test just to see if she is expecting, because as we know, there is that risk that they could have potentially gotten themselves pregnant from them having that woohoo. They are just having a little bit of a conversation here. He's trying to get to know her a little bit better. Obviously, I think he maybe wants a little bit more from her than she wants from him, just because he is attracted to her. He does, maybe want a little bit more than just a hookup. And, he agreed to the hookup, but I mean, what guy wouldn't agree to the hookup? But I think part of him is thinking, like, maybe I can convince her that there can be more to this. And she is, not necessarily looking for more, but she's not adverse to the fact that something more could come to their relationship. She went into this looking for just a hookup, but she also realizes that things can progress, things can happen, and a future for them could potentially happen. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to have her take this pregnancy test just to see if anything came of that woohoo. We want to see if she is expecting, if something has happened, and it would seem that this woohoo and this hookup has resulted in a pregnancy for Danika, and she is pregnant. She is expecting a little one. She's going to go ahead and she's going to come on in here. We're going to have her come in, and she's just going to need to let him know that she is expecting. She doesn't necessarily have to tell him that she's expecting, but I think that she probably will tell him, like, I need you to know that that hookup that we had resulted in, my becoming pregnant. I think that she's going to share the big news with him and just let him know, like, I hate to tell you this, and I know that we just met and we just went on this date, and, we really don't know each other all that well, but, like, I'm expecting a child. And I don't know how he's going to take this news. He could be thrilled. He could be devastated. Or maybe he's going to want to hang around, and maybe he's going to want more from her. And who knows how this is going to turn out, but she is going to come in here and she's going to share the big news with him. And it looks like he is actually pretty excited about this news, and he's thrilled that she's expecting, and, maybe he is hoping that something more can come of their relationship. Maybe he's hoping that this means that they could potentially have a relationship and not just them be hookup partners. She's going to go ahead and use the washroom, and then I'm going to have her go on and head off to bed. She is needing some rest. I don't know if he's going to hang around. No, he's going to leave. Okay. So she's going to go get some rest, and I will see you in the morning. Okay, so it is the next morning. As you can see, Danika is up. She is trying to find herself another freelance job. She is working really hard at trying to find some work. She is pregnant, and she knows that she needs to be prepared for her future. So she is working really hard at trying to, make some money and stockpile some funds. So she's just chatting with her client, and then she's going to get in there and she's going to make what she needs to make for that order so that she can go ahead and get some things done for that. It looks like she needs to make some cupcakes, and so I am going to get her making some cupcakes for this order, and hopefully we can go ahead and get some cupcakes made, and then she'll be able to go ahead and send out the cupcakes for this order, and that's going to be fantastic. She is, really excited about this baby. She's really excited that she is going to have someone that she's going to be able to take care of and to love. And, even though she's going to be a single mom, because right now she's not in a relationship with that guy. She's not planning to be in a relationship with that guy. Is that going to change in the future? Maybe, who really knows? But right now she's going to be a single mom. And, she's excited about that. She's not really upset about the fact that, she's going to be a single mom. She's just thinking to herself, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to work out. I'm financially stable. I have a good job, something that I absolutely love. I'm being a successful freelance chef right now, and I can handle this. I really can. And so she's not at all worried. She thinks everything's going to work out. She is realizing that her house is a little small, and, she is probably at some point going to need to buy a bigger house, something that is going to be able to hold her and this child. Currently right now, she just has her 1-bedroom house. Yes, she has an office that I guess she could turn into a nursery if she needed to. But she's thinking that maybe she is at some point going to need to upsize and purchase another house. She doesn't know if she can afford anything else right now, but she is thinking to herself, at some point I'm going to need to buy another home. And so that is something that she is going to want to look into. So we are going to just have to see if there's anything else that she can afford. And if there isn't, then maybe we'll just have to make room for the baby for now until she can afford to buy something bigger for them to live in. So I am just looking to see if there are some cupcakes that she can make for this order, and it doesn't look like it. So I think I'm going to have to purchase her the cupcake machine, because the Ravishing mod that I have in my game doesn't seem to be working, and so that little cupcake maker is broken. So I am just going to go ahead and purchase her the cupcake maker, and then she'll be able to make that cupcake order so that we can fulfill that, and that'll be fantastic. So let me do that, and then we'll continue on. All right, so I have purchased her the cupcake maker. We're just going to go ahead and get her to make some cupcakes for her chef order here that she needs to make, and then she will be able to go ahead and complete that order and get those pastries or those cupcakes out in that order, and she'll have one more order done that she needs to have done for her job, and we absolutely love that. So she's just out here at the cupcake machine. It is massive, okay? I really wish that the Ravishing mod was not broken, but unfortunately it is, so I will have to get that updated. And once it's updated, hopefully, that's going to work like it needs to. But until then, we'll just use the big machine here. And now that she has made these cupcakes, we'll go ahead and place them in the order here to go, and we'll get her to deliver those. So she's really excited that she is, finishing up these orders. She's making some money. She is thinking about purchasing a house. She is thinking about going ahead and looking into that. She doesn't know what she can afford, but she does know that she needs to start looking into something. And so she does want to see if there's anything on the market that she can afford. So we are going to have her go ahead and do that. So we're going to just have her go ahead, and we're going to let her deliver these orders, and then we will continue on. I will see you when she returns from her appointments. All right, so Danika is back. What she's doing is calling the obstetrician because she is going to go ahead and pick a birthing option. So we're just going to go ahead and let her call, and we're going to choose that we want to have a home birth. So she's going to do a home birth, and we are really excited about that. Hopefully she will have her home birth in a new home that is a bigger home that she picks. We are going to go ahead and have her try to find a home that is of a large enough for both of her and the baby. So let's go do that now. Okay, turns out that she does not have enough money to afford a place currently. She is going to have to save up a little bit more money. We are just going to have to make room in this house for the baby, which she kind of was worried about that, but maybe we'll turn the office into a nursery at some point. But for now, I am going to go ahead and leave this episode. In our next episode, we will have to get this house baby ready. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in our next episode of Joy of Life, where we are going to see Danika be giving birth to her little one. And until next time, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.